Awesome. So let's just go in, hop into that link. If you're just getting here, it is no problem because school just ended and or your thing just popped up, your reminder. So why are you doing this? Are you using these techniques for yourself? Are you using these for your students? Both of the above. And again, I'm just going to go through a number of techniques, one per week, and try and keep this at, as I said, it'll probably be 12 minutes today, but 10 to 12 minutes a lesson. And hopefully you'll be able to implement these strategies in your own classroom / in your own life. So the first thing I thought we would do, and feel free if you feel more comfortable, just to turn off your camera. If you feel more comfortable doing this with the camera, if you don't mind having your camera on, keep it on. It doesn't matter that much to me. I'm used to teaching with students with their cameras off at this point. But how would you rate your stress level right now? So 10, really high, to down to 1, or 0, really low. And then I'm just adding this again. Yeah, so 9, 8, moderate, 5. Now, if I could unanonymize these, but I'm not going to share how you're feeling in terms of stress right now. Yeah, so if I were to rate mine, I would say I'm probably at a 5 or a 6. And this is something I do with my students on a regular basis when we practice these techniques. Ask them to check in, notice how they're feeling, and then after we do the technique, to check again. And this is the way I hope to offer this class, where it's really just an experiment. You checking and seeing which of these resonate the most with you. If you all could now go to number 3 on Desmos. And this is the one I thought you may or may not want to leave your cameras on. Either way is fine. But if you could put one hand on your chest, one hand down just below your ribs, so on your belly, and just take a few normal breaths. And just notice if your upper hand or your lower hand is moving more. And so what a lot of adults will find, if you want, you can select that in Desmos now. What a lot of adults will find is that their upper hand moves more. And that's as we get older, we get into worse and worse breathing habits. And what I'm hoping is that by the end of today, in 5 minutes, I will have convinced you, or you will have convinced yourself, to try to practice belly breathing for a few minutes a day over the course of the next week. I wanted to show you a diagram. I've linked to the diagram as well in case you want to use this or just see it yourself, of the inside of one's chest. This down here, this is your diaphragm. You can see as you breathe in, that's breathing in, that's breathing out. Breathing in, if you're breathing in well and you want to use your full lung capacity, what you're doing is breathing with your belly. So it would look like this: breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And as I said, a lot of us no longer breathe that way. I'm going to give us some tips, and yeah, let's move on. So number 4, it says, which of the following benefits of slow, relaxed belly breathing are most important and or relevant to you? So I pulled these from the resources below. I'm not going to read through all of them. You can just take a moment and look through. There is an enormous amount of research out there about the benefits of slow, relaxed belly breathing. And these benefits can be realized by relatively short periods of practice. If you practice for 5 to 10 minutes a day, over the course of a few months, you can realize many of these benefits. Now, hopefully you will notice just by practicing for a few minutes today, you can immediately realize the benefits of relaxation and the benefits of of stimulating your parasympathetic nervous system, which downregulates your nervous system and helps us to calm down. Yes, lower your heart rate, lower your blood pressure, help with PTSD or traumatic experiences, core muscle stability. So I can see that different folks have selected different reasons for, or could realize different benefits of diaphragmatic belly breathing. And I want to just go through some guiding principles before we jump in and practice. So the 4 guiding principles that I'd like to throw out there are most of the research that I've read and seen, in addition to my own experience with practicing this, is ideally you want to be breathing 5 to 6 breaths per minute or less. And so that'll be 5.5 second inhale, 5.5 second exhale will give you 6 breaths per minute. And if you look at the next one, belly breathing, we just talked about that. As we practice, I'm going to invite you to, if you'd like to, keep your hand on your belly, or just notice your belly as you're breathing, smooth and relaxed. So a lot of us, when we breathe haltingly, like, and we hold it at the end, hold it at the beginning. So really just trying to make your breath very smooth, calm, and relaxed as we do this practice, and ideally breathing through your nose. I'll be breathing some through my mouth because I'm going to be speaking as we do it. So without further ado, we're going to do I guess we'll do a 2-minute practice. I'm using an app that I'll share at the end in the resources. It's a free app called Breathe. And when the bell rings, that's just an indication to breathe in or breathe out. I know this sounds simple. I'll get into some other techniques. Most of them are very simple. But check in and just see how you feel after practicing this for a couple of minutes. Let us begin. So breathing in, breathing out. Just letting your shoulders relax, letting your arms relax. Breathing in, breathing out. Letting your breath be smooth, relaxed, in, out, in, noticing if you have tension in your body, just letting it go. In and out. Smooth and relaxed. So just checking in now and noticing where your stress level is, knowing that there is no right answer here. But if you're in Desmos and you want to pop to question number 6, please feel free to answer that question. And also, you're welcome to answer the question, stress level went up, stress level went down, or it stayed the same. Again, there is no right answer here. I'm going to be offering a few more breathing techniques over the next couple of weeks. We'll also be talking about tapping. And so if this one doesn't resonate, there are others that we can practice and give a shot. It has been 12 minutes since I started. I'm going to I just wanted to show you just a couple of tips. Feel free to log off now. That's no problem. It's not rude. Probably should have said 15 minutes, but I live and I learn. But if you decide that you want to try this again, my suggestion is that you maybe give it a shot, 2 to 5 minutes a day. And if you are interested, you can click on yes, I'll try and do so. If you are interested, one of the best ways to establish any habit, and in particular a breathing habit, is to anchor it to an activity that you already do. So getting out of bed, brushing your teeth, eating dinner, before you start grading, whatever the case may be, and to put a reminder in your phone. At the end of this, I have some resources. So yesterday I recorded myself leading you through a 3-minute practice. I also have the free app that I used, and there are tons of other breathing apps out there that you can download if you prefer. If you'd like to go to question 7 and 8, you can. I'm going to pop it back in the chat because there are a couple people who popped in. Question 8, if you have any other suggestions, comments, questions, please ask or write the comments there. And then the resources are on number 9. Again, the visualization, practice video, links to the apps, and edible guiding principle slide. I will stick around if anyone has any questions. You are welcome. If not, we will be doing the same thing. If anyone wants, how would you feel about me starting at 2:40 instead of 2:35? Do you think that would be better? Kind of getting the sense that everyone's rushing to get here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right. Yes, let's do 2:40 next week. So I'll change this to 2:40. And if anyone has any questions, stick around. I'll go back to the questions. If not, I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And talk to you soon.